It's a normal Tuesday morning. You head out to the mailbox, just like you do every day, and there it sits, a simple white envelope. The return address reads, Social Security Administration. You tear it open, and your stomach sinks. The letter tells you that you were overpaid. It claims you must return money, hundreds of dollars, perhaps thousands. And then your eyes land on the sentence that makes your hands tremble. They're allowed to take half of your monthly check until the balance is cleared. Half of the very check you depend on for your rent, your food, your prescriptions. And here's the most painful part. You did nothing wrong. You never requested any extra money. The error might not even belong to you. So please, before you worry, before you hand over a single dollar, stay with this video to the very end, because there's a hidden rule that can halt all of this, and most seniors overlook it. I'm Milena. I work as a senior policy analyst, and I spend my days studying the rules that most folks never get a chance to see. The actual Social Security regulations, taken straight from the source. And today, I'm going to guide you through this overpayment letter, gently and clearly, the same way I'd explain it to my own mother. I'll show you precisely what this letter means. I'll show you the 3 official forms that can shield you, and I'll show you the single deadline that changes everything. Now, please remain with me right through to the very end, because there's one tiny mistake, a quiet, harmless-looking mistake, that thousands of seniors make within the first 30 days. And that one mistake can cost them half their check when they never had to lose a cent. Let me show you how this unfolds. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is 67. He worked 41 years. He drove a delivery truck for most of his life. He retired, began his Social Security, and finally felt like he could relax. Robert is a careful man. He pays his bills on schedule. He stores his receipts in a shoebox. He's not someone who ignores the government. Then one day, the letter arrived. Social Security claimed they had overpaid him. The cause? A clerical error on their side from more than a year earlier. Robert never even spotted the extra money. It simply looked like his usual deposit. The letter said he owed nearly $3,000. Now here's where Robert slipped up, and I want you to listen carefully because it's the most natural slip in the world. Robert was an honest man. He thought, well, if they say I owe it, I'd better just pay it. I don't want any trouble with the government. So he did nothing to question it. He simply allowed them to start taking the money. He believed the letter was final. He believed he had no other option. But the letter was not final. Robert had rights. He had the right to appeal, since the error wasn't his fault. He had the right to ask them to cancel the debt completely. He had the right to ask them to take a smaller amount each month, so he wouldn't lose half his check. He had every one of those rights, and because he didn't realize it, and because he stayed silent past the deadline, he watched half of every check vanish for months. Robert didn't have to lose that money, and neither do you. So let's walk through the real rules together, slowly. First, let's understand what an overpayment really is. An overpayment simply means Social Security paid you more than they say you should have received. And here's something crucial. It is very often not your fault. Sometimes it's a computer error on their end. Sometimes it's a delay in updating their records. Yes, sometimes a person forgot to report a change, but plenty of these come directly from Social Security's own mistakes. Now, under the law, Social Security is required to try to recover that money, so they send you a written notice. That notice explains the reason and the amount. Here's the part that frightens everyone, and I want to read it to you directly from Social Security's own website. If you do nothing, Social Security says they will automatically withhold 50% of your monthly benefit until the debt is repaid. For SSI, that's Supplemental Security Income, it's 10%. Now let me share one piece of good news right away. That 50% rate only applies to notices dated April 25th, 2025 or later. If your notice is older than that, or if it's an SSI overpayment, the most they can take is 10%. So look at the date on your letter. The date matters. Now here is the rule that gives this video its name, the timing rule. Please pay close attention. Social Security states on their own website that they wait at least 30 days after sending your notice before they begin collecting. And here is the magic sentence. Read it along with me. If you submit an appeal or a waiver within 30 days, they will not take a single dollar until they have reached a decision on your request. Let that settle in. Acting within those first 30 days freezes the clock. It stops the withholding while they review your case. Now, you've probably heard people say you have about 90 days. Trusted sources like AARP do report that Social Security usually allows roughly 90 days to respond. But I want to be honest with you, because being accurate is how I protect you. That 90 days is an informal practice, not a firm legal guarantee. The real deadlines you should hold on to are these. Act within 30 days to stop them from taking your money. And if you want to formally challenge the overpayment, you have 60 days from receiving the notice to file your appeal. Don't gamble on day 89. The sooner you act, the safer you are. So the lesson is simple. The letter is not the end of the story. It's the beginning. And you hold powerful rights if you use them in time. Let me show you exactly which forms do what. There are 3 official tools, and which one you choose depends on your situation. Write these down or take a screenshot. Step 1, if you don't believe you were overpaid, file an appeal. This is Form SSA-561-U2, a request for reconsideration. Use this if you think the amount is wrong, or that you weren't overpaid at all. You have 60 days from receiving the notice. This fits Robert's situation, when the mistake belonged to the agency, not you. Step 2, if you accept it happened, but it wasn't your fault or you can't afford it, file a waiver. This is Form SSA-632-BK, a request for waiver of overpayment recovery. A waiver can erase the debt entirely. To qualify, you generally show 2 things. The overpayment was not your fault, and repaying it would create hardship or be unfair. And here's the gift. There's no time limit to ask for a waiver, and filing it pauses collection while they decide. Step 3. If you'll have to repay, but 50% is too steep, lower the rate. This is Form SSA-634, a request for change in overpayment recovery rate. This lets you say, I can't survive on half my check. Chibi writes, please take a smaller amount each month. Social Security can spread repayment out, in most cases up to 5 years. And how do you file? You can do it online through your My Social Security account, by mail or fax to your local office, or in person, by appointment. Always keep a copy of everything you send and note the date you sent it. One honest reminder, if the overpayment is genuinely valid, and it was your fault, that debt is real, and ignoring it can lead to wage garnishment or your tax refund being seized. So this isn't about hiding from Social Security. It's about not surrendering your rights out of fear. Use the forms, present your case. That is your legal right. So let's bring it all together. If that white envelope ever shows up in your mailbox, remember, don't panic and don't rush to pay before you've used your rights. Check the date on the letter. Act within 30 days to freeze the collection. File the right form, and keep copies of everything. Now here's something I truly want you to hear. Please don't depend only on YouTube to keep you informed. Notifications get buried, videos get missed, and the rules around Social Security, Medicare, and your benefits can shift fast. So here's what to do. In the description below this video, I placed a direct link where you can download my free Senior Benefits Protection Guide, a simple, plain language checklist with these exact forms, the deadlines, and the official phone numbers, all in one place. And whenever you're unsure, go straight to the real source. That's ssa.gov, or call Social Security directly at 1-800-772-1213. No middlemen, no strangers, just the official agency. If this helped you, share it with one person you love who's on Social Security. You might save them half their check. I'm Milena. Take good care of yourself, protect what you've earned, and I'll see you in the next one.